Okay, so guys, welcome to this one. My name is Debs and welcome back to another Destiny 2 build video. Today I'm going to show you my most favorite Warlock build I ever made, and it just carried through me all conquest, light blade, then operation disruption, and the other ones in the beginning. So if you didn't done those uh, conquest or any higher conquest, higher contents like the new weekly gm warden of nothing, if you want to do that you can do that easily. If you're a warlock man, you're fine, should be doing this easily. So the build is going to be about infinite ignitions, and infinite ignitions I mean you can just do this, just use a skyburner rod and you can just watch them die. This is how infinite ignition works, and infinite ignition also follows you. So if there's ants near you, you will also get scorch. This guy is for some reason is not close to the guys, he's not taking the scorch, but if you can get infinite ignitions like this for multi targets, it's easy to get multi targets. And let me spawn the boss. So single target ignitions works like this. You hey, hey, he's here. Let's just ignite him. Hey, this is a single target infinite ignitions, and you can just watch them die. Watch him die. Go toilet, come back, and he will be dead. Maybe take a 5-minute break and he will be dead just by your ignitions. And if you can't even manage to get infinite ignitions like this, but if you can, that's really good. Can't, just gonna switch the subclass so it deactivates. All you need to do is just use your class ability at the boss and use some skyburner sword, and you can get your ignitions just by doing this. And when you scorch target, it gives your class ability regen faster. So when you scorch targets, and that's how you get your class ability back. Even my Helion is still have 19 seconds on the cooldown. Look how fast I'm going to get my class ability back. I've still 10 seconds left and almost got my Phoenix drive again. You get your high survivability because you have healing grenade, then you can just use your minis, get more ignitions proc. Then you have Song of Flame, which also gives you ignitions when you use any kinetic weapons. It also gives you ignitions. You can use anything like that, any kinetic weapon, sniper, or anything like 1-2 punch shotgun. You use that. Shotgun, use that. Shotgun. It's going to be really nice. I really like using perfect barrels. Hey, let's do a GM and let's see how it goes. If you don't have skyburners on, and if you manage to get a Ergo Sam with perfect fifth, caster frame, the perfect hit, every 5 hits dealt solar explosive scorching your target. Every 5 hits attach a delayed solar explosive scorching your target, which is you need on this build. Just need scorch, just scorch them and the ignition will do that thing for you. Let's do it on a GM. This is one of my favorite Not one of my favorite, my most favorite Warlock. I really like this build. I think I made this build like almost 1.5 years ago. It's been a long. I made this build. I also have that build videos here on my YouTube channel. And just watch that video with ignition, infinite ignition Warlock build. You can easily search that and you can find it yourself. And but today I'm just making one more video, and this is going to be updated video. Barrier over here, and he's dead. You don't need to do anything. Pop your class ability, get some kills while your class ability is active. And you will never run out of your healings. Easy peasy, we cleared this one easily. Easily clear the ends with anything heavy.
Friendly Ghost, the Vex believe that commander is Kargan, an elite Red Legion scion. And a particularly murderous one at that.
We always get the fire.
They say like attracts like, you know.
By the way, this is the ultimate difficulty, guys. You don't need any stunts for them. Your ignition is your stunts. They really don't need anything. Just stunning unstops. Even if there is like 5 champions or 10 champions, you can just do this easily. You just need correct resistance.
I have good news and bad news.
This is going to be
According to the Vex,
not a
Kargan
really
has
big
almost
problem, but
complete control over the local Vex
there's
network.
problem
I predict several detachments
right here.
of Cabal over the next few minutes.
I said give us
The barrier is going to be a problem here. Because those barrier is really annoying. Hey, not a big issue. Wait, everything is dead? Everything is dead, guys. With my ignitions, everything is dead. I got my class ability back again.
One does have to admire Kargan's command of Vex
Hey,
technology.
I don't want to rush it here.
He can give Kate a lesson or two.
I'm gonna find this guy. You see that barrier, guys? Let's just finish him. Alright. Get this arc charge. Almost got my
All right, we need one more. Keep an eye out for another Cabal drop or sit.
just do this. Instantly scorch them. Let me just kill this guy over here. And you can also use a solar LMG like this, or any solar shot that also have incandescent or burning ambition. This is not right. Get my super. Kill this guy over there. Because this barrier is really not it. I got the arc charge. I got my healing bag again. And there is the barrier. Kill the barrier first. Putting anything. Oh, I'm so dead. If you have any barriers with kinetic tremors, you can just easily break their shield. Yeah. Down over here, let's go and let's finish the boss.
There's Kargan.
I think we're going to kill the boss easily. And this is ultimatum. You see, the difficulty is ultimate. I almost got my melee and class again. Let me just ignite them right here.
Fire Warlock. That should slow it down.
One more. I just need one more hit on the boss. and he's going to die. And when I scorch him, or when I scorch multiple targets, I get my class ability much faster. I got my class ability back again. Just watch him die. Got my class ability back again. That was really easy, guys. I had no issue killing them. Let me just pop my super here. Let me just scorch this guy.
Correct, friendly ghost. A massive buildup of energy indicates several Cabal transports are inbound to your position. You asked for it.
It's perfect free time again. Use my heavy. Help this boss. But my ignition is doing all the work. So I can just wait here and let him die. Maddie, Debs, do you have a strand build video? Strand build video. I will also try to make strand build on the lock. I don't have one yet, but I do have one which is going to make so many tangles
It's heavily
you
corrupted,
can't even
but I'm
believe.
able to make out M-Sun
Hey,
12
mission
in
finished.
the access log. What is
And
Oxa and who was M-Sun 12?
it only takes 13 minutes.
Those are questions for another day, I suppose. But for now,
You can see I don't have like so many orbs on the created orbs creation, but thank you. Check it out, okay. That's it. Inside terminal is done, and I'm going to show you the mod setup I'm using and the weapons I'm using. You can any weapons on your choice on the kinetic slot and also in heavy slot. It's your choice on the weapons on the kinetic and heavy slot, but you do need to use a weapon that has burning ambition on the sparks. Like if you have burning ambition, you can proc scorch, and when you proc scorch, you can get ignitions, and you can get multiple ignitions with their multiple targets. So that's why I'm using Ergo Sum with perfect fifth. But if you don't have Ergo Sum, you can use something like Skyburner's Oath or a burning ambition weapon, or even if you don't have burning ambition weapon, but if you have Tommy's matchbook, which also ignites targets, I also scorch targets with Tommy. You can also use that, and make sure to keep scorching targets, which is always you're going to do. Okay, so the exotic I'm using is Ionoya, and what it does, healing projectile deal increased damage the farther they travel, eventually fracturing into scorching shrapnel. So there is seekers. I think there's probably 4 seekers from one Helion, and they just seeks into the enemies and they scorch, and it deals increased damage too. That's why I'm using Ionoya, and it's my favorite example. Don't know why, what happened to my camera. Let me just fix it. Let's go to mod setups. The mods I'm using is harmonic siphon on the helmet, one hands-on, one dynamo. On the gauntlets I'm using bolt strike detonation, granting class amenity energy when you cause damage with a grenade, and which is I'm always using Helion, that counts as a too. That's why I have 155 grenade stat, 100 super, and 120 class. So when you use your Helion, it also using class ability, and class ability is grenade also, so doing more damage with your class ability and grenade. Melee, you really don't need that much melee, but I prefer keep that on 70 and 70 weapons. You really don't need high weapon stats on this build, but if you want to go in that way, you can. On the chest armor, it's your choice. The resistance and all that is your choice, but I highly recommend the concussive dampener for reduce incoming area for damage, AoE damage. Texas boots I'm using, not Texas, but the leg armor mods I'm using recuperation. When you get orb of power and you pick up the orb of power, it heals you. Absolution, reduce all ability cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power, which is going to be really useful on this build. But do remember to use that hands-on, and you can swap this with assets to assets. You can bonus super energy on grenade kills, and I used it assets to assets, but I don't think it does gives you orbs, because gives you damage as a grenade stat from the Helion, but it doesn't gives you orb of power when you get kills with your Helion. For some reason is, I don't know why it does that. Also using stacks on stacks, picking up an orb of power grants you additional stack of armor charge. Always really useful on this build. And on the Warlock ones I'm using Reaper. Shortly after using your class ability, your next weapon final will spawns an orb of power. So you see those orb of powers, it's just from my Reaper. Powerful attraction automatically collects nearby orbs of power when you activate your class ability. So if there's tons of orbs of power and you use your class ability near them, it will automatically pick up. You just don't need to run around and pick those up. Distribution reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. That's why I'm using Phoenix type, because Phoenix type takes less energy to get the ability back faster. And let's go to the artifacts. I'm using Hunter's Journal with elemental siphon, incendiary rifle rounds, targeting auto radar. Solar formation is really need solar formation on this build, because your ignitions do increase damage in an increased radius. Counter energy when your party member stuns in champion, you can energy of your least charged ability, which is going to be barrier. You can easily kill barriers or any stun, any champions you stun, you can easily stun barrier and unstoppable. Also, overlords is not that hard to stun. While your stasis are solar super active, or EQ, sorry, when your solar prismatic subclass EQ picking every orb power makes you radiant, really useful. And Sniper medications, you can, if you want to use snipers on this build on the heavy slot, you can use refurbished. Really nice build. And let's go to the subclass. The last thing we need to do is the subclass. I'm using Song of Flame. You can also go with Daybreak on Will of Resilience. Depends what you're doing. If you're doing solo activity, keep Song of Flame on for high survivability. If you're doing Raise or anything like that, use Will of Radiance. Phoenix type, I'm using Phoenix type. You also need to use Phoenix type. Fast Glide, your choice on the movement ability. Incinerator Snipe, you can also use Celestial Fire, but Incinerator Snipe is really cool on multi targets. Healing Grenade, oh, I mean, you can choose different grenades, but if you getting less survivability, use Healing Grenades. That's why I'm using grenades and Phoenix type, because it kills me. Touch of Flame, your healing grenades, solar, firebolt, and fusion grenades have enhanced functionality. You can see the healing grenade improves the strength of cure and restoration effects applied. Consuming a healing grenade with heat rise is also applied restoration to nearby allies. Touch of Clarence is really nice on this build, and I'm also using Helion. Activate your class ability to summon a solar mortar that lobes flaming projectiles at targets damaged by the mortar as scorched. Damage is scaled by the enhanced benefit of grenade stat. That's why you need high grenade stat and high class ability stat. Go for 100 super and you will be fine. The fragments, I'm using Ember of Singeing. When your class ability reaches faster when you scorch targets. Ember of Char, your solar ignition space cost to targets with solar permission on is Renegades. And Ember of Eruption, your solar ignition have increased area of effect. So these two and solar permission makes much better this build. Ember of Ashes, you apply more scorch to stacks to targets. So when you scorch one target, if there's other targets, you're gonna get scorch, and thus when you scorch that target, you will scorch the first target, and it gets chain and chain and chain. It will never stop until the target's dead. Hey, that's it for the build video. Hope you guys like it, and if you guys like it, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon in the next build video. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. See you guys soon.